I'm Deborah. For those of you who just joined us, I'm the Global Head of Content at SmartUp, and I also head up the office in APAC. So today we're going to talk about the great shift in learning from push learning, that means learning that's pushed to your face, shoved at you, forced onto you. I don't want to learn, but I still have to keep learning, to on-demand learning that you want, learning that you're interested in. Okay? So have we gotten better or worse at learning? What do you think? Have we gotten better or worse at learning as a human race? Depending on the generation?
Yeah.
Very good. So I would like to share with you this meme, but it's kind of somewhat true. So we're looking at the evolution of education. So depending on the generation, right? 1970. If you went to school in 1970, maybe it's a little bit more challenging. You're asked to calculate the surface area of the object. There are corners cut out of the picture. It's rounded corner. How exactly do you calculate it? You probably need to listen to your teacher, do some practices, and then figure it out. And then we talk about 1985. Maybe that's when I went to school. It's a little bit more straightforward. There's no rounded corners, no areas being cut out. 20 times 30, what is the surface area of the rectangle, right? Then it came to 2000, year 2000. They're a little bit more obvious now. Calculate the surface area of the rectangle, and in case you don't know, it's by multiplying the length by the width. So even when you take the exams, you're being guided as to how to calculate that. And then in year 2010, choose the correct answer. What is the surface area of the rectangle, right? 4,000, 600, 800,000, right? And you ask yourself, how likely is the surface area going to be 800,000? So that's definitely the wrong answer. Then, by process of elimination, you will gradually get to the correct answer, right? And then now we look at 2015. Choose the correct answer. What is the surface area of the rectangle? Is it Michael Jackson? Is it Canada? Is it 600? Or is it breakfast? Obviously, this is a mathematical question. 600. And then we come to 2018, and this is the joke, this is the punchline. Instead of asking me to calculate the surface area of the rectangle, what am I supposed to do? Just color the rectangle in whichever color that I prefer. So basically it's to tell you that education doesn't matter anymore. It's about feeling good about yourself. Kids, whatever you like, pink, purple, blue, green, red, just color the rectangle in the color that you prefer. So, learning is hard as you grow older because we are conflicted. There is an area that says what we want to do. What do I want to do? I want to sit in front of TV. I want to watch Netflix. I want to drink coffee. I want to go shopping. I want to sing karaoke. And there is another circle that says what is expected of us. So what is expected of us? Our bosses expect us to learn compliance, market conduct, market code of conduct, industry code of conduct, anti-money laundering. Do I really want to learn all these? Do I want to upskill myself? Do I want to care about digital disruption? No. And so when we look at what we want to do, we're talking about being in the comfort zone. You're comfortable, you're confident, and therefore you are in control. You're in control of what you want to do, and you feel good about it. But when it comes to what is expected of us, you need courage. You need courage to go into the unknown. You need courage to look at an unknown topic and go, all right, I don't know. You have to have the courage to admit that you don't know something first. I don't know what is going on. I have to learn something. And this is where you go into the great unknown. And because of this dichotomy, between what you want and what is expected of you, people hate learning. And that's why when you tell them to learn, they go, no, I really don't want to do that. But can you remember a time where we actually are curious? Everything we see, we want to touch, we want to feel, we want to play, we want to know everything. And that is when we are a child. When you're a child, everything is so good because you took delight in every new thing you encountered. Right? Everything you see, oh, what is that? So cute, I want to know. You see your friend having a new toy, what is that? I want it, And then basically nothing was good or bad until a parent came and told us, don't do that, behave yourself, sit down, stand in that corner, right? Or it could be when we experience pain, boredom, or see something more interesting. So as a child, you enjoy learning because everything was new, everything was wonderful. Then until you get smacked on the head and say, you cannot do that anymore, right? So the thing is, how do we bring back the child in all of us when it comes to learning? So first of all, there is a circle that we need to remember, okay? Curiosity. When you are curious about something, your brain sparks off this neurochemical called dopamine. And when your brain produces dopamine, you start to feel pleasure. And when you feel pleasure, you feel good. Remember the circle? When you feel good about yourself, then you're more encouraged to do something again. And that is when curiosity comes in. So if we think about it, how do we bring back the inner child in all of us? First of all, let's be curious. Then we'll be feeling good because we're curious. We feel like, oh, you know what? This is something I really want to learn. And then you feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, again, your brain encourages you to repeat that behavior. So what is curiosity in an adult, right? What is curiosity in an adult? It means, why is he so happy, right? What is she looking at? How did he get that? Where are all of you going? Why are they laughing? Who is that? And when is that coming out? So when you look at curiosity from an adult point of view, it's always about what someone else has. And when someone else has something, you're going, I want that too. Okay? Maybe it's mixed in with a little bit of greed. It's not the pure curiosity that a child has, but it's still curiosity. Okay? And so when you think about sparking off curiosity in an adult, then we think about gamification. Okay? Why is gamification now such an important concept when it comes to learning? So here's another test. When you look at rewards, okay? I have a program, I have a learning program. I have two types of rewards. You can have cash rewards, or you can earn points to win PlayStation, digital camera, go to the cinemas, whatsoever. Okay? When you push out these two rewards to your employees, which one do you think works better? Cash? Put out your hand. Points to exchange for goods? Put out your hands. No one thinks points is important? Aha! But this has been done by psychologists. So this is a research that's backed by psychologists, okay? Actually, if you give them cash, their performance dropped by 4.36%. So cash may not actually work as well as you think it is, okay? Why do we think that? Why is it that products, on the other hand, work so much better? Because they are what we call hedonic products. Okay, hedonic products means things that make me feel good, but I may not necessarily want to pay for it. So if you think about it, when you wake up every morning, do you think about, you know what, today I'm going to buy a PlayStation? No. When you think about it, like, oh, you know, do I want to go on that golf holiday? No. You don't think about that. You think about, like, you know, when I'm planning my holiday, I save up money. You know, it is a desire, it is an aspiration. And therefore, when we pushed out points to change for aspirational goods, in return, or you want cash, actually, people are less motivated to work for the cash. Because when they think about cash, they think about, when I get the cash, you will have to go and pay school fees. I have to pay petrol. I have to pay for the mortgage. I have to pay for this, I have to pay for that. And you become unhappy. And when you're unhappy, do you feel good? No, exactly. So, hedonic products, points for products, actually as a reward, do work better. But there is a caveat. This effect is weaker on people with lower household income. Okay, so obviously money talks, that's for sure. But you know, if let's say for instance we think about the Maslow hierarchy of needs, okay, when you have met your basic needs and you're talking about fulfilling other needs, right? Maybe for people who are of a higher income bracket, points for products will work better. But for your frontline staff who may not be earning such high salaries, cash may be better for them. So always think about who you're talking to, who is the audience that you're targeting. The next one, the goal gradient hypothesis. Again, another gamification thing. Okay, if you look at this guy and he's starting to work towards the reward, A, B, C. At which point do you think he will run the fastest towards the reward?
C.
C. Correct. Okay? With an end in sight, people will be more motivated to work harder towards a goal. So you're running, oh my god, 8 kilometers, 8.5 kilometers, 9 kilometers, where is the 10 kilometer mark? And then when you reach 9.5, And then all the cheerleaders are going, go Deborah, go Deborah, go Deborah. You're like, yeah man, I'm going to run, I'm going to make it to the 10-kilometer mark. And therefore, you will run faster when you see an end in mind. Okay, and therefore, when you're planning your learning campaign, incentives like sprint to the finish and win, or double rewards if you finish by this Friday, work better on someone who is very close to winning. Okay, now, next one, goal attainment or failure. So say for instance, you're telling your people, congratulations, this year you achieved 10,000 points. Okay, if you increase your performance by 20%, I will give you a free PlayStation. Okay, or 2 days free leave, you know, that kind of thing, right? So if you work harder, you get, if you increase your performance by 20%, you will receive an award. Okay, so in this test, for people who have reached this target and they won the award, guess what? They end up performing even better the following year. So let's say for instance, they get 10,000 points. At the end of the year, you challenge them to reach 10,000, 20,000 more, so that's, okay, so seriously, I'm not a mathematician here, so 12,000 points. But instead of gaining 12,000 points, they actually went on to achieve 18,000 points. So they actually motivated to work much harder when they reached their goal the following year. The following year, instead of 10,000 points, like last year, they actually worked to achieve 18,000 points. But for those who failed to achieve that reward, guess what? They end up performing even worse. So this year, I got 10,000 points. But because I did not make it to the 20,000, to the 20% mark, the following year, my points actually dropped to 8,000. Okay? So we have to ask, how likely is it going to be for someone to achieve that goal? So if you're looking at your organization as a whole, and you're thinking, right, you know what, I'm going to incentivize all of you, I'm going to push you all to work harder, then maybe I'll give you all a reward. But if let's say everyone is in the low 5,000, 4,000, how likely is it for them to reach 12,000, for instance, or even 10,000 to make that 20,000 cut off? It's not very likely. So when you have to pace them, you have to be mindful of how you dish out your rewards. Because what we learned here is that failure can also have long-lasting effect. If they reach it, they are motivated to work harder. If they fail, actually they are so demotivated, they give up trying. Okay? So, between what we want to do and all these in mind, so what is it? What we want to do? We want to feel good about ourselves. We want to be rewarded. Okay? We want to have fun. We don't really want to work so hard, right? I mean, that's true, right? And we want to do what we like. Because freedom, right? Everybody, millennials, don't tell me what to do. I have my own life, I have my own plans, I have my own dreams. Don't tell me what to do, okay? And what is expected of us? What is expected of us? Well, our bosses expect us to respect authority, right? Our bosses expect us to, don't be so greedy, be more selfless, you know, like, stop asking me for pay increment, just work hard, okay? Think of the bigger picture. Why you keep asking me for salary increment? Have you thought about what you're contributing to the organization as a whole? Think of the bigger pictures, guys, right? They want us to improve ourselves. Why are you not learning? Why are you not signing up for self-improvement courses, right? And then they want us to work hard. This is what is expected of us. But versus what we want, that's really going to be hard. So when it comes to designing your learning program, here's some steps that you can take note of. Multimedia, videos, podcasts, audio, engage your millennial audience, right? They want to watch Netflix. Okay, if you want to watch Netflix, fine. But instead of spending that 5 minutes watching Netflix, why don't you spend 5 minutes watching a video explaining about how to be a great leader? Make it nice, make it, you know, a bit cartoony, you know, with animation, and engage them. Podcast, you know, get a very inspiring person to share their life experiences via a podcast so that they can listen on the train, audio, you know, peer-to-peer, user-generated content. Everybody wants to be heard these days, which is why blogs are so popular, Facebook is so popular, Twitter is so popular, everybody wants to be heard. Everybody has a point of view. Whether you like the food, whether you don't like the food, everyone has a point of view. So why don't you give your employees a voice? User-generated content. Get them to share their knowledge, get them to share their experiences. Right? Social, likes, chats, GIFs, you know. If I share a piece of content, I am motivated to write more when I know that immediately when I post that, 50 people like my post, right? So there is that whole like, oh, you know what? People actually care about what I have to say. So keep it social, right? Interactive, rewards, points, Contests, always, sometimes we think that, yeah, if I just leave it there to run by itself, it is going to happen. People are going to be motivated to learn. Who cares about engagement? Who cares about contests? Who cares about incentives? This is all fake. Actually, it's not fake. The point is, you have to keep it interactive. You have to make your employees feel that I'm doing something and it is going somewhere and it is going to mean something. And of course, mobile, because they are learning on the train, they are learning on the bus, they are learning when they're waiting for their kids to finish their piano lessons. So keep it mobile, use an app for your learning. Okay? And then, so when we think about what we want to do versus what is expected of us, when you bear in mind all that learning points, right? Maybe learning will be much better. Okay? So thank you.